Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about how to simplify using properties of logarithms. And so, we're going to be going through these examples and simplifying each of the following here. Okay, so first one is product property, which states that if we have logarithm with base b of x plus logarithm base b of y, that is the same thing as logarithm base b of x times y. We also have the quotient property, which states that if we subtract them, we can put them in a single logarithm and just divide x by y. And then we have the power property, which is super useful property. I mean, all of them are, but especially the power property here, which states that if we have log with a base b of x to the power n, that's the same as n times log base b of x. So if we have an exponent inside our logarithm brackets, then we can just put it out front. We can just multiply it by the logarithm. So we're going to use these properties to simplify these examples. So this first one says 5 log with a base 4 of a minus 1/2 log with a base 4 16 minus log with a base 4 of b. Okay, so for this one, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the coefficients and say, well, these are actually powers. Okay, so therefore we have that this is equal to log with a base 4, a to the power 5, like that, plus log with a base 4 of 16 to the power of 1/2. And actually, the power should be with the 16, like that. And then minus log with a base 4 of b, right? So that's just going to be the exact same. Okay, next step is I'm going to simplify where possible. So over here, this 16 to the power of 1/2, recall that that's the same as the square root of 16, which is 4. So therefore we get log with a base 4, a to the 5, plus log with a base 4 of 4, minus log with a base 4 of b. And then for our last step, we're going to combine these. So a reminder that what the multiplication property states, that if we add two logarithms with the same base together, we multiply. And so this is going to be the same as log with a base 4 of 4a to the power 5. And then we have minus log with a base 4 of b, which means this is going to be divided by b, right? Because when we subtract, then we divide according to the quotient property here. And so that's going to be our answer for that one. Okay, let's move on to number 2. Number 2 says 6 log with a base 3 of z squared plus 1/4 log with a base 3 of y to the power 8 minus 2 log with a base 3 z to the power 4 times y. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to start by taking all of our coefficients and applying them as powers of what our logarithm is of. Oh, and my apologies, this should have brackets here since the logarithm is supposed to be of all of this, not just of any one part of it. So we can do that. Okay, so this next step we're going to get log with a base 3 of z to the power of 12, right? Because a reminder that when we have a power to a power, we multiply the powers. 6 times 2 is 12, so that's how we got that. Then for this next one, it's going to be plus log with a base 3 of y to the power of 2, right? Because 8 times 1/4 is just 8 over 4, which is 2. And then minus log with a base 3 of z to the power 8 times y squared, right? Because whenever we do a power to a power, we multiply the powers, and then power to a product, reminder that we take that power of 2, we apply it to both the z to the power 4 and to the y, and that's how we get our answer there. Okay, next I'm going to say, well, these two logarithms have the same base and we're adding them together, so we should multiply what they're of. So logarithm base 3 of y squared z to the power 12 minus log base 3 z to the power 8 y squared, like that. And then I'm going to divide them, right, via the quotient rule. So we're going to get log with a base 3 of y squared z to the power 12 over y squared z to the power 2. Or sorry, 8. My apologies, because I'm just copying from this one right here, right? Okay, and then we can simplify this a bit further. These can cancel out, and then recall that z to the power 12 over z to the power 8 would be z to the power of 4. The reason being for that is because whenever we divide two powers with the same base, we subtract our power. So this is just equal to log with a base 3 of z to the power of 4. And there we go. There's our simplified version of this. We could put the 4 out front if we wanted, and another correct answer would just be to say 4 times log with a base 3 of z, and that works too. As always, feel free to leave any questions you might have in the comment section, and we'll see you for the next one.